Good morning, my name is Irma Alvarez Vasquez and my student ID is 203030. In this case, I am going to show how to do the practice number 3, that is this one. And the first step for this is to open the software that we're going to use, that is in here. And we're going to look for the FANUC, this one, and we're going to move here where it says DOSBox. And we're going to wait until it's open. I made a click on Minecraft or by an accident. Well, the first part is to indicate how big or the size that our space of work is going to be. And in this case, the X, well, the X in all of the pieces of DOSBox in Thorn is only take it the half of it. So in this case, we already have the measures in the half, so we don't have to divide it by 2. And we're going to write here first the billet part. Billet. And in the X part, we are going to have a 40 because it's the highest part. We're going to write an X 40. 40 and C 90 plus the 6 of the grooving tool. 6 C 96. And now here we are going to use 4 tools. That is tool left T1. Now tool left T2. And tool left T3. And the last one T4. Here, we already declared the values of for the billet. That is going to be the size of this and also the tools that we're going to use. As the first step, we're going to introduce the codes or get entry codes with a letter N. Each part or each line of our code has to have an N and goes to be like in numbers from 10 by 10. We're going to write the code G21 and G99. And those codes are G21 is the start of the metric units and the G99 is the velocity of the revolutions. And now the N20, we're going to have the G28 and the G28 code is for go back to the home of the machine. And now N30, we're going to indicate that we're going to use the tool number 1. And the N40, we're going to use the MO3 code. That is for the MO3 is for to turn on the huesillo, that is this part, in the clockwise. And now after that, we are going to, where it is, here. We're going to the home part. We are going to declare it like in 50, it's not in 50 G00 X 40, that is the highest part, X40 C1. So in this part, as we put the C1, we're not going to touch any part of the piece yet. We're like in this part, like this. We're not touching here anymore, or what, yet. And now the N60, and we're going to use the G71. This code is used for the machine cycle for to start it. And we're going to write a U1 0.5. This is to indicate the movement that our tool is going to do. And now we're going to use also the G71. We're going to write the P80, that is the part where our code of the tool is going to start, and the Q, that is where it's going to end, but we're not using it yet until we knew how large is going to be our code. You know, UV1, W1, and then F of 0.1, because the practice indicates we have to let 1 millimeter of tolerance. So it's 0.1, and now an 80, and G00 X0. A G00 is you can see it. It's for a very faster position of the tool. Yeah. And now an 80, and 80 G01 C0. So in this part, we're going to be like in here, just in the border. We're not touching any part yet. We are in the border. And now we're going to the X18. That is the first point, that is just right here. X18 and 100. And we're going to go to this part, that is 24. 24 X24 C minus, because it's from the left, minus 6, because it's the measure that is in here. And now in 110. And now we're going to go here. The measure of this is C minus 35. I am going to use 35. And now in 120. We're in this part. Yeah. Now we're going to go to the X14, that is where it ends. X14, C minus 45. And 130 is C minus 53. C minus 53. And 140. We are going to go here. We have a 2. 27 is an X of 25. X25. And 50. After 25, we have an X of 27. C55. Yeah. X27. C55. Minus 55. Okay, and 160. We have it 4, 55, 59. Yep. 59. No. We have a 75 here, but minus the 4 of the radius, we have a 71. 61. C minus 61. That is for to do this part. And here we already have a radio. The radio is counterclockwise. And in this part, we're going to use the code for that part. That is the counterclockwise. That is the GO3. GO3 is GO3. Oh. Oh no, I think here I am going to change of tool, because the one that I am going to use is not going to work in this part. That's why I select 4 tools in this case. Just let me. We are going here to get back to the highest part of the piece, so we don't interfere in this part where the piece get back to home. And we're going to add X40. And now after that, we're going to indicate in 180 and G28. And now in here, we can declare the part of the new tool. And we're going to, well, in this part, we already can indicate the finish of this part in the queue before we forget it. The queue 180. And now M190, M06, the M06 code is for the tool change. And now in 200, the M03 is 3000. The M03 code is for the to start the WCU, to turn on the WCU. And here we're going to get back to the G00, that is for a very fast movement, X40. And now in those 220, G01, X28 to get back for the lowest part of here, from here just a little bit up so we don't damage our piece. Now 230. And in this part, we're going to use a C minus 61 because we were in here. C minus 61. And 204. And we are going to use a G03 because of the, as I said before, we have a circle and we're going to use the code for the counterclockwise. That is the G03. G03 X 27 minus 4 is 20. No. We'll get back until 20. The G over. G03 C minus 23 X minus, yes, X23 because we have here the 27 minus the 4 of the radio is where it is going to finish. It's in the X23. We have a C minus 65 and the radius of 4 that we already have it in there. Now 200 and we have a G01 X20 because we're back from this part. And now into 160 we have an X a C minus 75 for this part here, and 207 X of 40. Here we're going to use the 40 now. 40, 280, C minus 90 because we're here and we're going to get back to the last part. C minus 90. And 290 G28 to get back home. And that's the part of the second tool. And now we are going to add the third tool. So we're going to put also MO6 T3. MO3 for the speed. That is for the GOOXO. This is for the finish part. The first tool was made from here, and the second tool was made from here to here. And this part is for the finishing. And now that we have it, it's 330 01 C1. So we're not touching any part yet. And 3, 4, and G70. G70 is a code for the cycle, to repeat a cycle. And we're going to here use the P80 because we're going to use the programmation that we already did in here. We're going to put the same values. P80 Q 180. 180 QB1 W1 FO. The F is for the tolerance. So what we want to have the finished part, we want it to in the very final part, so we are not putting any tolerance. And now we're going to go to the 328 for the last part. And now we're going to cut it so we can add the last tool, that is 360 4. MO3 is and here we're going to put a GOO for a very fast movement, X40, and now M390 GO1 for a lowest or a slowest movement until C96 because we're going to cut it, and for 100 X1 so it gets back until the part of the middle. For 110 X40 to get back until the highest part. And 20 MO5. The MO5 code is for the stop the huesillo. 40 G28, as I said, is for get back home. And 44 440 is for the last part. And now MO3. Oh no, M3. MO3. No, M30 is for the ends the program. And now we're going to declare the tools. The tool number 1 is going to be that one. The tool number 2 is going to be this one. Tool number 3, the finishing one. And this is going to be the 6mm rolling tool. And now we're going to run the program. Okay, I put an N twice. Yeah. And that's the result of our piece. And if we look that in the 3D view, it should have looked like this. And that will be it. And thank you for watching.